All right, y'all, we are back with another video. I definitely had to bring y'all this. Here go The View again, running a mouth with misinformation. Now they are mad about Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr. getting confirmed to their positions, and The View does not like it at all. Now they up here trying to lie on RFK Jr., talk about he going to take away people's vaccines, knowing that right there is a complete lie. I just don't get it, man. How many lawsuits do these people have to run into before they shut up or either get taken off air? This right here just don't make no sense at all. So now y'all want to go out to Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr. And I can tell y'all this right now, and I can guarantee you everybody will agree with me. If Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr. were still Democrats and supporting the Democrats, they would not be saying anything about Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr. But since they both decided to join President Trump, that's the reason why they mad. That's the reason why they keep attacking and all this misinformation and lying about RFK Jr. It just don't make any sense at all. And not only that, towards the end of the video, we're going to check out the Officer Tatum, where he absolutely destroyed The View for talking crazy and telling these lies on RFK Jr. So we'll play that clip towards the end of the video. Make sure y'all please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. And like I said, let me know in the comment section who all stayed to the end. I know it's hard listening to The View, but I will make it worth y'all while. I'm not going to sit up there and let them lie. So please let me know in the comment section that you did make it to the end, because it'll definitely help get the video out there, and it definitely helps the channel grow. So please let me know if you do stay until the very end. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into this video. Let's go.
Two of Trump's most controversial cabinet nominees were confirmed. Tulsi Gabbard is our new director of national intelligence, and RFK Jr. is the head of Health and Human Services. There was only one GOP senator who voted no, the soon-to-be-retired Mitch McConnell, the man who got us into this mess. He stole a Supreme Court seat from Obama, voted to acquit Trump after the insurrection, and even endorsed him for president again. Thanks for nothing, Mitch. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. So, ladies, what do you think of these confirmations?
I'm really nervous, about the whole kit and caboodle, but RFK Jr. is scary to me because a lot of things we've talked about vaccinations, but we're also seeing a huge uptick of some health problems. We've had measles outbreaks in Texas, at least 22 children, 2 adults affected. The flu levels in the U.S. are higher than they've been in 15 years, and I have to believe some of that comes from the COVID vaccine being politicized and then people holding back on all vaccines, because flu vaccines are also down, almost by half among kids. Yeah, and Bill Gates was here, and he warned us we'll have another pandemic. And I remember asking him during commercial, what happened to the once-in-a-lifetime pandemic? Because I thought we could check that box off. And he was like, no, because there's a lot of things happening in regard to environmentally, people being more in touch in certain areas of the world with animals, which is where these viruses come from. And then he went on to say, and there's a high chance of bioterrorism. So he's like, there's a 10% chance in the next 4 years we could do 2020 all over again. So I think that's the part that's getting me is, the pandemic leading into an RFK Jr., leading into all the numbers we're seeing. That's where I'm kind of concerned right now.
What about Tulsi Gabbard? Well, look, both.
So they always saying something about they concerned, but why they weren't concerned about some of the people that lost their life because of these illegal aliens crossing the border? And I've said this before, especially like towards my last video, I said the same thing. When these illegal aliens was coming across that border, doing what they did to innocent people, why didn't The View speak out on that? Why didn't The View blame Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for what happened? But look what they doing, going after RFK Jr., lying, saying that he's going to do this or he's going to take this away when he didn't even say it. They just straight liars.
Them, and I think you can put Kash Patel and Hegseth into this basket as well, because there have been people that Trump has nominated that have gotten bipartisan support, like Marco Rubio, who got 99 votes. You can disagree with him on policy, but you can't disagree that he's not qualified. And I think Tulsi Gabbard, RFK, Hegseth, Kash Patel, there's 2 things that I would look for that I would hope would be in our government leaders. One is a fitness of character, a moral compass, and also qualifications, managerial experience, academic experience in their field. These people have neither. They're not morally fit to serve in that role, and they don't have any managerial experience or experience. So then why did?
And you know what? You're not morally fit to be running your mouth about any of them. This is crazy. So she gonna call out Hegseth, Kash Patel, saying all of them is not worth. Like, this just don't make no sense. They not fit to be doing what they doing. See, the problem is it don't matter who Donald Trump would have selected. Y'all still would have had a problem with it. It don't. Donald Trump could have selected the same person Joe Biden selected. Y'all would have found something wrong with it. It don't even matter. It could have been anybody. Donald Trump could have put one of his son, Eric, or anybody. Y'all still would have said the same thing. They ain't qualified. They ain't this. Y'all just going to go against everything Donald Trump do anyway. Like I said, y'all never say anything good about Donald Trump. Now, one time have y'all come out and said that I don't like Donald Trump, but what he's doing right now is good for the American people. Y'all can't even say that. Everything is against Donald Trump. Whatever Donald Trump do, y'all just try to go the opposite way. Why? Because y'all don't want to agree with him. So this is what y'all constantly do. It just don't make any sense at all.
In that field.
Why do you think Trump picked
Because
him?
they're loyal. No, because there is one qualification that Donald Trump requires. Loyalty to him. 100%
Which is
rubber
never
stamps
ever
to him.
reciprocated, by the way.
So
Never.
one pick who was confirmed that wasn't controversial and was nearly unanimously supported with a lot of bipartisan support was Brooke Rollins, who was a colleague of mine, has a deep background in policy and is going to be the Secretary of Agriculture. That's a good one. I'm great with it. I supported Marco Rubio being. RFK is somebody I have a hard time understanding how conservatives came around to. He's somebody who has a lifelong record with much more liberal positions, but also dangerous public health positions. But Tulsi Gabbard, I have warned about from the outset. This is a woman who the most charitable thing I could say is she lacked the judgment to not amplify Russian propaganda. She repeatedly shared things that were very explicitly Russian propaganda. Throughout her confirmation hearing, Russia Today, state media in the Kremlin, was supporting her and endorsing her. Edward Snowden, who I continue to be a traitor to this country, was actively supporting her on social media. And I talked to a four-star general and expressed my concerns about her overseeing our national intelligence apparatus. He did assure me that these, whether it's the CIA, ODNI, or the DIA, they're actually built in case a director gets in place that is dangerous and against the U.S.'s mission, and they can be compartmentalized out of information as to not potentially expose things to danger. That said, it is going to have impacts on our allies sharing intelligence with us. It simply will. And
What about her
especially,
relationship with Assad? That was suspicious.
but as a
also.
Syrian American, we will never forgive her for showing up there when after he had gassed his own people and trying to basically whitewash his record. But that's not good. And at this critical moment with the Ukraine and Russia war, she is not the person I would want.
How do you think RFK is going to handle
Oh, who cares who y'all want? That's the problem. Y'all get on this show and think somebody care about what y'all want or what they should do. Nobody cares. Like I said before, y'all only say things for shock value to get people to say something about y'all. Nobody care what y'all agree with, who agree with y'all. Nobody from Donald Trump's administration, not me or anybody else, is going to agree with anything that y'all say. Just say, for instance, if Donald Trump agree with what Joe Behar them saying, then y'all going to move the goalposts and find something else to disagree with him about. It doesn't matter what Donald Trump do. Y'all going to find something wrong all the freaking time. Nobody cares about what y'all believe in or Donald Trump should listen to y'all. So y'all think Donald Trump is going to listen to people that don't like him? He know for a fact all y'all on that panel don't like him. So what is he listening to y'all for? It just don't make any sense at all. I'm just saying, why didn't they have these conversations when Joe Biden was in office, when him and Kamala was destroying this country? Why wasn't they having these conversations? Why didn't they say, I don't agree with Biden. I don't agree with Kamala. I don't agree with who Joe Biden's trying to appoint. Why didn't they do that? But when it comes to Donald Trump, everybody wrong. Everything Donald Trump do is wrong, according to them.
bird flu? Just run over the chickens and
I mean,
and cook them or what? What is he going to do?
Leave them in Central Park.
I don't even know what to say. Like, we in trouble. Like, this is bad. Like, it's just, like, I usually have something to say. I don't even know what to say. We're talking about RFK Jr., who's like, he definitely is an anti-vaxxer, being responsible for a $1.7 trillion agency.
This woman, I can't see how people, they just sit on that show and let Sonny Holston sit here and lie. I mean, RFK Jr. said plenty of time, if people like vaccine, he's not going to take that away. We're going to go ahead and play that clip in just a few minutes. But RFK Jr. literally said if people like their vaccine, he's not going to take that away. And she's sitting up here. This is what I'm talking about, the propaganda. This is what they do. They spew hate. They try to get the American people to turn on Donald Trump, turn on Elon Musk, turn on RFK Jr. They are mad because RFK Jr. got confirmed. They are mad because Tulsi Gabbard got confirmed. And now they just want to spread propaganda, spread lies, when they know for a fact that they seen that clip of RFK Jr. saying that he's not going to take that away, but yet she's running with it. This is ridiculous, man.
And one of the things that I'm most concerned about are those that are most vulnerable in our country, children and the elderly.
Right.
We know.
Oh, hold on, Sonny. You say you worried about the children and the elderly, so why wasn't you worried about the children when them illegal alien was coming across the border and did what they did to a lot of children? Why didn't you speak on that? Why didn't you call Joe Biden and Kamala Harris out for that? So all of a sudden now you care about the children and stuff when Donald Trump is in office. Now you care about them. But when Joe Biden was in office, you didn't say you cared about the children. You didn't care about what these illegal aliens did. Y'all won't even talk about it. That's the reason why I'm saying these women are two-faced. This is what they do. Straight liars.
Very well that the Republicans want to cut Medicare and Medicaid. Medicaid at this point, if it's scaled back, it's given 22 million Americans access to health care. Nearly 80 million Americans are enrolled in Medicaid. They're targeting the Affordable Care Act. The people that need health care the most are going to be affected. I'm just so disgusted and devastated. Like, we are in trouble.
Yeah, we was in trouble too, exactly what your husband just did. What about him doing surgery on people who didn't have any insurance and turn around and suing the company, Sonny? I told you, every time I do these videos, every time you run your mouth, I'm gonna bring that up. You so disgusted about this and you so disgusted about that. Was you so disgusted about what your husband did? Huh? Doing surgery on people that has no insurance and then turn around suing the insurance company trying to get money and stuff like that. The reason y'all got that 10-bedroom house? Was you disgusted about that? Because it seemed like he finna go ahead and be a convicted felon since you like to call Donald Trump a convicted felon. So how is it going to feel to have a husband as a convicted felon? Or not only that, how is it going to feel to live with a convicted felon? And then after that, you can no longer call Donald Trump a convicted felon. I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah,
We are in trouble.
It's so sad, frankly,
Yeah.
to see Republicans who know better. Because you know Tom Tillis, who is a medical doctor, knows better. Cassidy knows better. You know he knows better.
Well, he denied, though, being an anti-vaxxer.
Well, yeah,
during
but
the
they all go on the
confirmation
conference, but they know.
RFK did.
I mean, these last-minute denials and last-minute conversions are very, very suspicious. And you don't give the leadership of an agency like that to somebody who converts at the last minute while the website he was running was still selling anti-vax merchandise. But why was Mitch McConnell able to do it now? Because now he has no fear of retribution from Donald Trump, right?
Yeah.
Whereas everybody else is terrified of him and towing the line.
Somebody said that they were afraid for their lives and also for the lives of their children and their wives. It's not just not being reelected.
Wow. Yeah.
It's physical threats that go on. All I can say is get your vaccines now, America.
That right there just don't make no sense at all. Now, let's go ahead and dive straight into this. This is where the Officer Tatum just straight went off on The View, because, I mean, it's the lies about what Sonny hosting is saying, what they are saying about RFK Jr. It just don't make no sense of these women getting away with this crap. I mean, this is what they doing every single day. Straight lying on everybody that gets confirmed, they got something to say about them. Something to say about them. Now, let's go ahead and dive straight into this by the Officer Tatum.
Let's go to RFK's clip.
Here, go right here.
Go to RFK's clip. I'm tired of hearing these loony pins talk. From his mouth. Roll it.
I'm going to be a disruptor. I'm not going to let the food industry and the pharmaceutical industry run health policy anymore. I'm not going to take away anybody's vaccine. If people are happy with their vaccines, they ought to be able to get them.
There you go.
What we're going to do is give people good science.
So I guess in this clip, he mentions that he's not going to take away vaccines. If you look at any of RFK's work, you would notice, or if you listen to anything he said, he's not against people making the decision on their own to take vaccines. He's not against the government allowing people to take vaccines or none of that stuff. He's saying we should be able to track whether people are getting injured so people can make a conscious decision, because there's correlating things that are occurring at the same time when it comes to people having autism, people having, some appear to be vaccine injuries.
Yeah.
He believed he was vaccine injured. But we don't have a system that can be transparent about how many of these occurrences are happening. So people are blindly getting vaccinated and people are getting injured. There's a lot of anecdotal stories out there, but nobody can compile the evidence together to hold them accountable. That's all he's saying. But see, they smear the man.
That's
'Cause
what they doing.
can't defeat the man on the premise of what
Yep.
he's saying, so they smear him.
And that's what I've been saying for the longest. That's what they do. They just straight smear. They won't even tell the truth. See, the View will have credibility if you just stop with all this lying. Tell the truth sometimes. Everything ain't got to be propaganda. Everything ain't got to be lies and stuff like this. We know you don't like Donald Trump. We know you don't like anybody that's around him. But just straight lying on people, like this misinformation, like this is crazy. That stuff has to stop, man, because it's like it's getting worse and worse by the day.
Clip that I put, Nick, I think in the chat that I want you to put out here. But it's a guy his name is Jay Carson, and he was a Clinton advisor, and he had mentioned that when these advisors and people that are staffers that work for campaigns, when they're done with the campaign, most corporations hire them to work, and he was articulating that they have a strategy on how they dismantle candidates and how they ruin their reputation. And RFK specifically, they brought up in this article of how they've been trying to destroy the character, reputation, call him a racist, call him a liar, call him an anti-Semite. There's a strategy incrementally that they deploy to destroy somebody to whom they disagree with. Not whom is bad for the country, but whom they disagree with. And I want to play this clip for you guys because I think it's so fitting for this topic right here, because we think it's by chance, not we, because we smart. Y'all smart. I don't know about your auntie and them, but some people think, the ones who are lacking wisdom, think that all of a sudden they've now found evidence that this person is a racist, or this person somehow did this. All of a sudden somebody's claiming that this person touched them 45 years ago. It's all of a sudden.
It's crazy.
No. It's a strategy. They try this. When it don't work, they go further. When it don't work, they go further. Most people quit right here. Most people can't take it. Most people family can't take it. Most people bank account can't take it. They quit right here. When you persevere here, then they go to other stuff that's far more extreme. Then they go to other stuff. You name it.
That's what they always do.
Here's the clip. I think this is the clip. Y'all bear with me if it's not. We tried to do this at the last minute, so roll it right here.
Generally happens with people like me is when we're done with the trench warfare of campaigns, which is low paying and grueling work. Big corporations hire people like me to come inside and implement the playbook. And here's the way the playbook works. First, they attack you broadly and they question your facts. They say you're lying and it's ferocious. But if you keep on moving after that, they move on to character assassination. They take on who you are as a person. They dig up everything bad in your past and leak it to the press. If you had a fender bender, you're a reckless driver. If you paid a bill late, you're a deadbeat, and so on and so on. Every part of your life goes under their microscope. They try to embarrass you. They try to make you say this fight isn't worth what it's costing me, and you quit. But if that doesn't stop you, and it stops most people, but it didn't stop Bobby, they say you're a liar.
Yeah, and if y'all notice something, y'all see how CNN, MSNBC, if y'all seen how they kept getting his sister to come out and say bad things about RFK Jr., he's this, he's that, he did this, he did that. Look what RFK Jr. own sister did, because his sister got mad because he started supporting Donald Trump. We remember the next day his sister went off, oh, I can't stand Bobby. I can't believe, he's supporting Donald Trump and stuff like that. His father would never approve of it. And every day after that, she just kept going on these shows, just straight trying to go off on RFK Jr. and just tell all of these lies, all because he started supporting Donald Trump. And that's what CNN, MSNBC, that's what they're going to do. They want you to say, they only want to bring on people who agree with them and that's going to say bad stuff about Donald Trump and everybody around them. Them the only people they want on their show. They have no credibility because that's all they do.
If liar doesn't work, they say you're an anti-Semite and a racist.
Yep.
Crazy or kook or crank or nut job are their mainstays. That's their nuclear option. Because if they can get everyone to dismiss you as a wacko nut job, everything you say is suspect. If all the publications and TV shows you trust tell you someone's a crazy person, they must be a crazy person, right? This is New York Magazine in 1995. This is New York Magazine in 2023. This is Vanity Fair in 2006. This is Vanity Fair in 2023. This is Rolling Stone in 1992.
And they just go to show you they love you. When you ain't running for president, as soon as you start running or you get some type of little power, oh, he did this 30 years ago. Oh, he did this. He said this about black people. That's exactly what's going to always happen. Look what they did with Donald Trump. Donald Trump did this. 1 week before the election, they bring up another woman on CNN that said, oh, Donald Trump touched me 35 years ago. 1 week before the election, you bring this woman up. Oh, Donald Trump said this about black people. He don't like black people. Look what he said about this woman years ago. He didn't let black people rent from him. Just all type of stuff, just trying to get people to not like him. This is what the media does. This is what they do.
This is Rolling Stone in 2023.
That was a great little piece, wasn't it? But that's what they do.
Yep.
Donald Trump, they loved him. He was the man.
Yep.
Right? You know, he had some naysayers here and there. All the people in the NFL, NBA, celebrities, they all love Trump. They go into Trump hotels. They want to be like Trump. They rap about Trump. They doing everything with Trump. And all of a sudden, when he tried to run for president, all of a sudden you start hearing things come out like, oh, he's a racist.
Yep.
Well, wait a minute. Where did that come from? He's never been here. Oh, his dad had this deal and then they don't talk about his dad. They talk about he inappropriately, discriminated against blacks in his hotels. It was really his dad. He kind of came up through that situation that occurred. He wasn't the one that implemented the policy. Then all of a sudden that come up. Donald Trump got an award in 1997, I think, the Rainbow Push Coalition, right along with Rosa Parks. He was honored.
Mm-hmm. Do they not remember that Donald Trump was letting a lot of black people stay rent free up in his hotels? Do y'all remember that video that I did? It's been maybe a year ago that I did a video that a woman didn't have any money, didn't have nowhere to go, and Donald Trump let her stay in his hotel rent free. They're not going to talk about that though. They want to keep that hid and keep running with propaganda and keep running with lies and think that we're going to sit here and listen to it and believe it. That's the reason why I call the crap out, and I'm not going to hold back at all.
It's a picture of him and Rosa Parks together being honored. I remember Jesse Jackson come out and say Donald Trump is getting an award for his efforts in the inner city community. Like they literally gave the man awards. Black people, the same black people that say he's a racist. Then they say Central Park 5 actually was 4 because the 5th one didn't even go to jail. It actually was 4 of them. I read the article Donald Trump pulled out in the newspaper, and it had nothing to do with Central Park 5. He didn't even mention them. But today, people on TV saying he ordered the death of them and all kind of crazy. He took a hit piece out in the newspaper to threaten them. I read it. You can go read it now. Put some money on it. None of it had anything to do with Central Park 5. Didn't even mention them one time by name or even by association. Ruined the man character. Russian collusion. False. Say he raped women, touching people. Woman come out of nowhere 40 years later. Oh yeah, in a hotel, in a changing room at I don't know.
40 years later.
I don't believe that woman.
It just don't make no sense. That's what I'm talking about. Salute to the Officer Tatum. Make sure y'all go subscribe to him. I definitely want to get his insight on it because I know, like I said, he's going to straight destroy The View, because this is what they do. They just push propaganda. And like I said, just all these lies, all this stuff that comes up. Oh, Trump did this 40 years ago. He did this 30 years ago. Why didn't you say nothing? If it happened 30-some years ago, why didn't you say nothing? So you wait all the way till he run for president and say, oh, he did this 50 years ago. I was in a changing room. I was this. I was at a store. But you didn't say nothing then, but you wait till he run for president to say it. It's like, come on, man. But like I said, y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this. Thank you all for watching, especially the ones that made it to the end. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.